and of course, two of them are from seniors today. So, first of all, apologies for being a little late. I should have been there first.
Please.
But you're all gracious enough to pardon me for that delay. So now, somehow I just thought of the same topic now,
No, sir. Provide.
any experience of being late for any any event or anything that has happened in your life. So maybe that is a topic I thought let us talk about, because I have some experiences which I will also share. But among all of you, has there been a situation where you were late for some event or a program or a music exhibition, or where you performed anything, or you missed a train almost, or you were late for a flight, or जो भी है कहीं भी there has been a delay, and if you made it or if you didn't make it, both. कुछ याद आ रहा है? Yes, Ramaji, go ahead, give us the full details.
I and my sister, we were working at IISc, Tata's Institute of Science, Bangalore. We were working on projects. So we would, I was working, she was working. So on Saturdays, we would scoot off to Chennai because my sister was working in Kalpakkam. So we would catch the 108 bus and go to Kalpakkam and then come back. Sunday night, we'll board the Bangalore train and then come back to work. Early morning, we'll be there in the hostel. So this was going. And then at that time, I was applying to some other companies. There was a campus interview, yes. That was by Parachute Coconut Oil, that company. It's a very famous company based in Bombay. Bombay is some area, I don't remember now. Yes. And they came to interview. And then they said, madam, if you like, you can attend the interview in our headquarters. I said, fine. They sent me a first class ticket. And in that, my sister and I would not like to go alone. So I said, why don't you also come along? We will buy your ticket. We both will travel. Okay. We just booked her side by side, coupe, ladies. And, you know, the work there is so tight, you cannot get off just like that. Office में permission लेते हैं, फिर भी थोड़ा delay इधर उधर का हो जाता है. And we have to catch an auto. We were quite close to that railway station in Bangalore. फिर भी, you know, auto वाले को घोड़े का लगाम, I mean, जल्दी करो, जल्दी करो, जल्दी. So we somehow reached the station. And from platform number 1, the train is leaving. It has just started. And there in Bombay, my aunt used to be there in Ghatkopar. And we thought, oh, Bangalore is full of jackfruit. Huh? There, that Bombay, maybe they don't get jackfruit at all because it is something rare fruit. So we bought one big jackfruit and we were carrying our small luggage and this jackfruit also. And the train is leaving the platform. We were young girls at that time. So what happened is, we ran out and I said, we will get into any compartment. Then next day जब रुकेगा, हम लोग नीचे उतर के अपने compartment में चले जाएंगे. ठीक है? And then we, you know, even to think of it now, we have endangered our lives. So ये जैकफ्रूट का इतना हमारा वेट, हमारा लगेज का वेट वो नहीं और जैकफ्रूट का भी. So हम लोग 3 लोग ऐसे ही चढ़ गए. We were into the train. Everybody, the men, ये क्या है आप लोग कर रहे हैं? They were shouting at us. It was late evening train. The train got on. And in some stop, it wouldn't stop anywhere. It was going full speed. And we were just thinking, okay, अगला स्टेशन में रुकेगा तो टीटी को पूछेंगे कितना. तो वो बोला कि एक स्टेशन आएगा, 10 मिनट रुकेगा, आपका कंपार्टमेंट का ये नहीं बनता, रास्ता नहीं. That what do you say that connecting this thing? आई फॉरगेट, जो पैसेज रहता है ना, एक कंपार्टमेंट को दूसरे कंपार्टमेंट से कनेक्ट करता है ना, तो वो नहीं था.
Internally, you can go into the other.
Yes, that was the idea, but that was बंद कर दिया गया. तो हम लोगों को उतरना है जैक फ्रूट के साथ, और फिर अब मेरे कंपार्टमेंट को ढूंढ के वो इरिट में, डार्कनेस में, फिर वो कंपार्टमेंट चढ़ना है एंड अपना बर्थ्स रिजर्व किया है हम दोनों ने, कूपे में, लेडीज में. तो हम लोग हमारे कंपार्टमेंट में पहुंच गए. दैट वाज 9 o'clock. टू एंड हाफ आवर्स गॉन. आई मीन ट्रेन स्टार्ट होके 2.5 hours के बाद में एक स्टेशन आया, 10 मिनट रुका, हम लोग अपने कंपार्टमेंट में चले गए. उधर का टीटी को हम लोगों ने टिकट बता दी. नो 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 नो, यू डोंट हैव बर्थ हियर. आई सेड, really? You have reserved? This is our booking? How can you? And then मैं जो है थोड़ा strong. So I opened the coupe and saw that our seats were occupied and they were already sleeping. 2 women. I said, ये हमारा बर्थ है. तो उन लोगों ने टिकट बताया और उनका ये बर्थ का मार्किंग था. तो क्या हुआ, टीटी ने बेच दिया हमारा टिकट को, क्योंकि हम लेट आए. तो क्या हुआ, later we were allotted berths because we have a reserved ticket, so he had to allot us. We were traveling in the general this thing. We hate to travel in the general because smoking कुछ भी हो सकता है ना, इसलिए but still we had to put it up. And when we reached Bombay, my cousin came to collect us. We were seeing on the roadside इतने बड़े-बड़े jackfruits. Bombay. अरे ये क्या, हमने सोचा कि ये बहुत सरप्राइज होगा, something very unusual, unique, and here you find it in so many places. Everybody is selling jackfruit. अरे कितना, and इसके साथ इतना वेट के साथ रनिंग ट्रेन में इतना, then हम लोगों का कभी, then I attended the interview, I got the job, everything, but I couldn't leave Bangalore because my sister said, please रुक जाना या नहीं जाना, तू बॉम्बे को नहीं जाना. So I just thought I'll stay back, and I didn't accept it. So that is my late. अगर है तो you pay a price. You can pay a price with your life also sometimes. When I read about people slipping, I recall this incident of mine.
That was interesting. What an irony. You did so much for the sake of jackfruit, and then jackfruit was freely available.
That was the anticlimax.
I think that is really sitting back now and thinking of it. It is fun, but I am sure what you would have gone through at the moment, when you were running around, just about reaching, and the train has started. You catch hold of a running train with all the luggage, and then still not in a position to end. The unfortunate part is you were not available when the ticket was being checked by the TT, and your berths were sold out to somebody else because you had no show. It's a question of no show, so they're right in their own way. But lucky that you got an alternative. Okay, so something similar, not exactly for missing, but duplication of the same seat and same berth is something which I will talk about later when my turn comes to talk about a situation like journey, train, delay, vagera, vagera. So who else is the next one to talk on an experience of getting late and reaching out on for whatever? Yes, Kamalji.
Yeah. Am I audible?
Yeah, very much audible. I'm just about keeping myself muted because of the noise around us.
Okay, fine. Right. Oh, I just want to make sure. See, I have a habit of always reaching 5 minutes earlier than the appointed time. I make sure that I do not get late. But at times, the situations are such, the circumstances are such that you can't help. I remember one such incident when we, 5 couples, we went to Goa. So on the day of the flight, our admin,
From
friend,
where we are heading to
he
Goa?
was, we go, I am at Jaipur. From Jaipur, we had gone to Goa, and while returning back from Goa to Jaipur, our, admin was putting the luggage in the bus. So we all were getting ready to come out from the hotel, and the admin was putting the luggage in the bus. Now he was looking at the porter was putting the luggage on the top of the bus. So he was looking there and walking. So he suddenly fell down. And when he fell down, he dislocated his hand. वो hand उसका जो है बिल्कुल डबल हो गया, एकदम उल्टा. And he was in such a bad pain. So that was a really difficult situation. We had hardly time left for catching the flight, and this thing happened. So this was to be attended. So we decided that rest of the passengers will go to the airport straight away, arrange the check-in formalities. And myself and one of our friends, we took him. His name was Anil. So we took Anilji to the nearest doctor. He was an old fellow. So he said, I'll just check and see if I can do it, but I think it's not possible for us. It has to be done by an expert orthopedician. So he tried, but then he said that no, it's not possible. And when resetting the bone, the pain will be unbearable. So the patient has to be given anesthesia. But luckily, that doctor called his junior, his student. In fact, he was a very elderly doctor, and his student was one of the very famous orthopedic surgeon in the city. So he said his clinic is on the way to airport, and I have informed him. So he'll keep everything ready. You rush to him, and from there you can proceed to the airport. So we took him to the doctor's clinic. In fact, the taxi fellow was very good. In fact, we said, you take whatever you want, but we are in such a fix that we want to get out of it. So we'll go to the doctor first. You'll have to wait there. From there, we'll go to the airport. Now, the friend who was involved in this accident doesn't even drink tea. Now, when the doctor took him to the theater, he gave him that. The process takes about 5 minutes. So he said, in 10 minutes, he should be okay. We waited for 15 minutes, and then we inquired. Doctor said, I'm astonished. This fellow is not in senses. He has not regained consciousness. It was a big trouble. He said, क्या करते हैं ये? तो हमने कहा तो चाय भी नहीं पीते, बोले इनके लिए ये डोज भी काफी हो गई है. तो हमने पूछा कितना देर लगेगी, बोले अब मैं कुछ कह नहीं सकता, कुछ 10-15 मिनट में इनको होश आ जाना चाहिए, लेकिन आएगा मैं इनको नहीं छोड़ सकता, मैं इनको ओटी से बाहर नहीं लाऊंगा, एक बार उनको कॉन्शियस होना पड़ेगा. अब हम बराबर एयरपोर्ट के कांटेक्ट में हमारे फ्रेंड्स जो चेक इन कर रहे हैं, इंडिगो की फ्लाइट थी. लकीली उस दिन फ्लाइट 5 मिनट लेट थी, पर हम चाहते थे और 10 मिनट लेट हो. तो हमने कहा रिक्वेस्ट करके हमारा बोर्डिंग पास ले लो. बोले नहीं, बोर्डिंग पास तो आपकी फोटो आईडी और आपके प्रेजेंस होने पर ही मिलेगा, तो आप जल्दी करें. अब हम उनको बार बार उस पर पानी डाल रहे हैं, बर्फ डाल रहे हैं। ओटी में चले गए हम लोग, उनको चिकोटियां काट रहे हैं, लेकिन उनको होश नहीं आ रहा। अब हमने डॉक्टर को बोला, साहब ये सिचुएशन है, हमें एयरपोर्ट पहुंचना है और यहाँ से एयरपोर्ट पहुंचने में 35 मिनट लगेंगे। अब वी हैव हार्डली एनी टाइम लेफ्ट। डॉक्टर वाज very, considerate. He talked to his senior. The senior said, if this is a situation, you can just check that he's all right. Take all the parameters and allow them to go. And they'll keep you posted when he returns back in the senses, regains consciousness. So we thanked the doctor, paid his bill, and with the help of taxi driver, we picked him up and put him in the rear seat. And the driver rushed to the airport. We reached the airport, but he still was not conscious. So we arranged for a wheelchair. In the wheelchair, we took him to the counter, and one of us started pretending as if we are talking to him, and we held his hand and we were shaking hand and just laughing and all this. So in fact, they were also in a hurry because the plane was stranded. We could not. So they immediately gave us the boarding passes, and running from there, checking through the security, and somehow we managed to get into the aircraft. Now, the story doesn't end here. The fellow is still unconscious. Now it was our turn to be worried, because we took the responsibility of taking him to the aircraft, and on our request, the doctor discharged him. So none of us had the courage to tell him. So while taking off, we just informed the doctor, now he's better and he is now opening eyes. So he's all right now. During the 2.5 hours flight, he only once woke up and did some vomiting. So after that, when he returned back to Jaipur, डॉक्टर का पैसा दे दिया क्या? हमने कहा सब काम हो गया, हम जयपुर पहुंच गए हैं. So this was the story.
My God, scarier. That is really scary. What you all underwent in this whole exercise must have been real tough to manage. Good presence of mind probably helped, I would think. बहुत मुश्किल.
In fact, the circumstances were also good. The people were good. They all cooperated. So that was but it happens in life, the situation was such that we could not leave him behind.
True, I agree. But this is some experience that is, startling and scary. अगर कुछ ऊपर नीचे हो जाता क्या होता है, But anyway, God is great. Everything went off well. So now you can sit back and you remind him that okay, something like this ever happened. Chalo, good. Thank you so much, Kamalji, for reliving those difficult moments, challenging moments. Okay, so who next? Aruna ji? You can unmute. You can unmute and talk.
Sir, give this chance to someone. I will take next steps. Next.
Okay. चंद्र जी हैं.
हाँ ले उनका ले.
नमस्ते चंद्र जी. कल आपका गाना सुना.
हाँ जी, नमस्कार जी.
नमस्कार. आज इसलिए हम बात कर रहे हैं इस टॉपिक पे कि जहां हम कभी लेट हो गए, टाइम पे नहीं पहुंच पाए और जस्ट इन टाइम पहुंचे, दैट एक्सपीरियंस. क्योंकि मैं खुद आज प्रोग्राम में लेट आया तो मुझे लगा कि इसके बारे में कुछ बात किया जाए आज.
ठीक है.
तो मुझे तो रिमाइंड किया गया तब जाके, बिकॉज आई वाज ऑन अनदर कॉल, उसमें से निकलने में थोड़ा टाइम लग गया. तो
Okay.
I got a good topic to chat upon, you know. So अगर अगर आपके पास ऐसा कोई जैसे कमल जी बात कर रहे थे या रमा जी का आपने शायद मिस कर गए, वो भी बहुत उनका तो खाली काफी एंटरटेनिंग था, इनका टेंशन
अच्छा,
था कमल जी का। तो आप
अच्छा,
अपनी कथा सुनेंगे कि क्या हुआ, कैसे हुआ, कब हुआ, क्यों।
अच्छा,
आई
अच्छा
म्यूट
जी।
माई सेल्फ क्योंकि हमारा पोता इधर है तो जरा नॉइस लेवल रहेगा, सो आई थॉट आई म्यूट माई सेल्फ, बट आई एम लिसनिंग।
May I start? ऐसा कि मैं अपनी बेटियों के 3 बेटियां हैं मेरी, तो तीनों को लेके मैं नैनीताल के लिए गया ड्यूरिंग समर वेकेशंस। और वापसी की हमारी जो रिजर्वेशन थी वो हो चुकी थी। और जब हम वहाँ पे 3-4 दिन रहने के बाद, हमारा पैकेज था 4 डेज और 5 नाइट्स का। तो वापसी पे जब हमने हल्द्वानी से रेलवे स्टेशन पे आना था, तो we were in such a position that we were not getting any bus or any kind of service to the station. After waiting for a few minutes, we hired a taxi because I was worried that I may not miss the train. So we hired the taxi, and he promised that by 6 o'clock in the evening, we will be at the railway station. But you know, it's not a point. It was not actually possible, and I was asking him to be more fast. तो एनी हाउ उसने कोशिश भी काफी करी, रास्ते में ट्रैफिक हो गया, जब शहर में आया तो वो लेट हो गए और हमारी जो ट्रेन थी वो छूट गई। अब वो जो रिजर्वेशन थी वो भी गई, अब वो तो उसका कुछ हो नहीं सकता था। बट आई वॉज नॉट सो मच वरीड अबाउट दैट। मेरे को ये थी कि अब मैं कैसे करूं। देन आई कंसल्टेड द असिस्टेंट स्टेशन मास्टर कि please help me. I am with my 3 daughters and I have missed the train. And I shown him my reservation also. So he took it sympathetically, and he talked to the TT and advised him that he should cooperate him. So anyhow, TT को उसने बोल तो दिया। जब मैंने वहां पे एंटर करा तो वो कहता जी सही सीट तो कुछ नहीं है, कोई सीट नहीं है। तो मैं समझ गया कि ये क्यों बोल रहा है। मैंने कहा कोई बात नहीं, मैं मजबूर हूँ, आप जो कहोगे आपकी सेवा कर दी जाएगी। देन ही गेव अस 2 berths, or that too in the different compartments. Then I again requested him that in 2 different compartments, how I can adjust my family. I can't leave my daughters alone. So he then understood my problem, and in the same compartment he managed it. But anyhow, I was happy. Now I have to pay something for, as you know, what happens in the railways. So ultimately, when we boarded the train, then I got the relief. But that 2 hours were so much. मतलब मेरे लिए बड़ी घबराहट और क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा, वो 2 घंटे मेरे लिए बड़े काफी क्रूशल से रहे। तो दैट वाज ए वेरी बिटर एक्सपीरियंस फॉर मी। हालांकि हम कोशिश करते हैं कि ट्रेन से 15-20 मिनट पहले ही पहुंचे, लेकिन एज मिस्टर सेतिया सेड कि कभी कभी कुछ हालात ऐसे हो जाते हैं कि वो आदमी मजबूर हो जाता है। सो दिस इज माई।
दिस इज हिलेरियस ऑल्सो एट टाइम्स, यू नो, कि ऐसे हो जाता है एंड मजबूरी भी हो जाती है, यू नो, फाइनली ऑल इज वेल दैट एंड्स वेल। वो अच्छा है कि आपको कुछ ना कुछ बंदोबस्त हो गया।
हो गया।
The fact of the matter is you go through so much of uncertainties and then eventually reach where you want. मुश्किल है लेकिन मंजिल पहुंच ही जाते हैं हम लोग।
What do you want to tell, Tata?
No, we are listening, Raja. We are listening to what experiences people have gone through. Okay, chaliye. So, Aruna ji, it is your turn now.
Yes. This is time for our municipal tap water, sir. I put motor, that's why I delayed it. Just I off it. Okay. So my experience is not not for train. When I joined service in '83, I have joined my service. That was 16 kilometers from my house, sir. At that time, convenience is also very less. Only 2 buses were there. After 1 hour gap, one bus. I was facing so much trouble. From my house, I have to go to junction. From there, I have to go to somewhere where that bus will be available for me. So there, I catch the bus and go school. Like that, I was facing so much trouble. After seeing all these troubles, my husband bought one TVS XL. In those days, in 1984, TVS XL and Luna, both for ladies vehicles. So TVS 50 XL ले लिया. I was I couldn't even drive cycles. साइकिल चलाना भी नहीं आती थी मेरे को. टीवीएस चलाना सीखा within 3 days. Sorry, am I audible? Hello, am I audible, sir? Okay.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay, thank you, sir. मैं टीवीएस पे जाती थी स्कूल 16 किलोमीटर्स. मैंने जब से सीखा तब से 16 किलोमीटर्स हमको चलाना पड़ता था. तो एक दिन मैं तो बहुत स्पीड जाती थी उस जमाने में. जब जा रहा था तो some two men wanted to overtake me, but they couldn't overtake me. I reached school. Assembly was ready to start. I have joined assembly. Everything okay. Afterwards, these two people came to our school. They were our officers. They caught us red-handedly. We are late to school. It's rule. We must reach school before 15 minutes of the assembly. That was the rule. But we were late for 15 minutes. That's why. Moreover, they couldn't overtake me. They felt it ashamed also. So they were angry with us. They asked the reason, and afterwards they gave me a memo to give explanation. Okay, I gave explanation also. Afterwards, everything went smooth. Afterwards, when they realized it, they appreciated me. Being a lady, you are traveling such a long distance on vehicle. We are so happy. But you have to start some earlier. Suddenly, my vehicle gave some problem. That's why I was delayed. Otherwise, I don't like to come school at any cost late. I was so sincere. I was so punctual also. On that day only, I got that situation. ठीक वही टाइम में उन लोग भी आए so that I felt so much problem also. It's not at all good for me. Actually, I am best teacher awardee also. I was so sincere, so punctual. Only one time I did mistake. I was caught by our officers. That was my experience. Late going.
Yeah, thanks Aruna ji.
Give me the opportunity.
अभी ठीक लगता है सब सुनने में, लेकिन at that time what one goes through हम पता है कि क्या है, how it is.
पूरा
पसीना पसीना हो गया.
जब कभी नहीं करता वो उनको तो बहुत मुश्किल होता है ना सर.
Correct. Anyway, so I think I will very quickly sum up my experience, and then I will have to leave the session. I think only Arun is there to speak, so maybe we can continue. I will come back if possible after that. Otherwise, I think we can close it out after my session part, because there is some thing I have to attend here also. No problems. So let me tell you that 1985. I am talking about 1985 when we had done a booking for going to Mahabaleshwar. We were in Bombay then, living in Kandivli, and 7 o'clock was our bus from Dadar, early morning. So we were supposed to reach there at least by 6:45 in the morning. And as usual, children were 5 and 2 at that time, and they were dressed up and they were sleeping at night fully dressed so that morning no time is lost. And my dad also was at home, and then we had told him कि जगाओ हम लोग को. So in fact my dad was awake, and he had also kept the alarm, and he was actually waiting for the alarm to ring, which that day refused to ring. Alarm chala. And suddenly, for some strange reasons, I woke up and it was already 6:05, and 7 o'clock is the bus, and for us to reach Dadar is a good 45 minutes train travel, which means we also have to reach the station from our home. And then I just woke all three of them, and then we said, just leave, don't see here or there, we have to leave in the next 7-8 minutes. And between 6:10 and 6:15 we just got into an auto and we reached the station. We got a train, and it was a touch and go thing, and 6:15 or 6:17 was the train we gathered into. And when you are in a hurry, the train also goes very slow.
Yeah.
We have reached almost the station, but the previous station and final destination, the beach mein gaadi khadi hai, and then we are so. And as we touched 7, it reached the other station. This is at least 3-4 minutes away from the station. So I carried my daughter and I started running towards the bus stop, and I told my wife, you just follow, I'll stop him. And just in time, they were 7:05, they were about to start, and 7:04 I reached. I said, my family is coming, give us 2 more minutes. And we went. Half K, we just managed to reach, and then rest was comfortable. But those 45 minutes, abhi dekho, alarm ko bhi usi din nahi bajna tha, and we had to go through all the pressure. And Pitaji jage hue the, and he was waiting for alarm to start, So these are badhaएं, these are hurdles that we had to cross to finally go and make our event a successful one. So the kids were just 5 and 2. Yeah, our son was 2 and daughter was 5. And imagine I was lifting a 5-year-old and running with the luggage on one hand from the other station to Preetham Hotel. So it was quite some distance. But chalo achha bach gaye, hum pahunch bhi gaye. There are other occasions where we have missed a flight also. So I will not talk about it. That was as recent as a couple of years ago. सब तैयार बैठे हैं, and then we had guests at home, we were talking, and then मुझे बोला गया कि फ्लाइट टाइम पे है ना, फ्लाइट कितने बजे है, मैं बोला नहीं अभी टाइम है. So I mistook it. I thought it was 7 o'clock in the evening, and it was actually 6 in the evening, our reporting time. And then late हो गया था, and then the flight was closed by the time we reached. So we didn't panic. अभी तो क्या है कि ठीक है हो गया तो अगले फ्लाइट में चलेंगे. That was 1985 was different story. We
Yes.
were limited means, and अभी तो ठीक है गया तो sir you are late. We'll put you in another flight. I said ठीक है, 2 घंटे रुके थे उधर, ऊपर के पैसे भी लिए, चलो बिठाया चले गए. So pressure was not there. Pressure तो फिर भी तो when we were reaching, we still wanted to catch that flight. वो नहीं हो पाया. से हो जाता है. अरुण जी, you just come, you have any experience of लेट होना, कहीं पे पहुंचने में देर हुई, वक्त पे नहीं पहुंचे, ऐसे कोई अगर किस्सा है तो मजेदार सुनाइए हम लोग को. हम लोग अपना बता चुके.
सर लेट लतीफी तो मैं हूँ ही शुरू से, लेकिन इतने किस्से रहे हैं कि अब कंफ्यूजन है कि अब लेट लतीफी की तो आदत हो गई कि मैं कहता हूँ 6 बजे पहुंचूंगा तो 6:30 पहुंचना है।
अच्छा,
मेरे तो ऐसा हो गया है। तो
तो आज भी आप
लेट
वैसे आए, इस सेशन में भी लेट ही है, तो आपने
हाँ
यू हैव मेंटेन्ड योर रिकॉर्ड। कंग्रेचुलेशन,
यस यस
बधाई। Okay, Archana, can you please
वो
continue?
घर में असल में बच्चे हैं ये वो।
Sorry about this. I have to quit this session. आप अरुण जी आप कंटिन्यू रखिए, and maybe Archana can check if anybody else joins can also continue, और रमा जी आप you can take it up for the session to continue. I have to leave. Sorry about that.
यस सर,
No problem.
No problem.
नहीं सुन।
Rama ma'am, you can talk. You can take over.
नहीं भाई चलिए आप तो सुनाइए अपना किस्सा अरुण जी।
आप लोग का 7 बजे से स्टेशन है ना सुबह।
Breaking voice.
नेट कनेक्शन में गड़बड़ है भाई।
उनका वीडियो भी ओपन नहीं है।
कोई अलाउ नहीं है। आइए सर।
अब हमको सेशन बंद करना पड़ेगा।
मतलब everybody talk.
Yes, everybody is except Arun ji, but he has a net issue, so we will call it off.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes,
Thank you.
thanks. Thank you.
ओके, ओके।
धन्यवाद जी।
Thank you, everyone.